I must say, for the 60th anniversary of D-Day, our President, the President of the French Republic, decided to grant the Legion of Honor to the veterans who fought in France in World War II. And these are wonderful occasions, first to express our gratitude, and also to remember what happened, to collectively celebrate this very strong link that exists in history between France and the US. So dear First Lieutenant Frank Tedesco, I'm honored to be with you and your family today on this very special occasion to honor your role in the liberation of France and of Europe during the Second World War. It was during one of the darkest hours in the history of France that you came to my country. You fought for the US forces, but you also fought for our common values. The values that were under attack by the Nazi regime were the values we all believe in: democracy, freedom, dignity. And it was in the name of those values that you risked your life, helping to reinforce the special bond that exists between our two nations. I think it's also an opportunity to remember the ultimate sacrifice of so many of your comrades who now rest on French soil. They will remain forever in our hearts. I can tell you that every year French school children go on field trips to visit the American cemeteries in Normandy and elsewhere, and we will continue this tradition for the years to come. 2019 is a very special occasion. It's the 75th anniversary of D-Day, and there will be a large celebration with the President of the French Republic inviting veterans and heads of state to commemorate this very specific moment of our history and what happened that day for Europe, for the US, and for the world. First Lieutenant Frank Tedesco, I want to personally convey to you the gratitude of the people of France for your efforts to restore freedom. You are a true hero for the United States and for France. You have led an extraordinary career both in the military and later as a civilian. You were born on September 1920 in Weymouth, Massachusetts. You joined the service in October 1942, and you served as a member of the 451st Bomb Group, 15th Air Force, based out of Eton. You conducted 35 missions over Europe, including a supply to Lyon, France, on September 16, 1944. These missions added up to an incredible 850 hours of total flying time. Following the war, you then served in the Air Force Reserves for 5 years. You demonstrated commitment to transmitting the memory of the war in the years that followed, notably through 25 years of volunteering with the Colling Foundation, working on restoring aircraft and lecturing on the war. It is at this moment that I want to note in particular that airmen like you were in particular danger during the war. You faced the highest casualty rate among all forces. And I must say that in my own family, 2 of my great uncles were also pilots during the war, and they died in the sky between the UK and France. And we know how dangerous those missions were and the sacrifice they represent. So it's wonderful today to celebrate the achievements of a pilot such as yourself. Today, First Lieutenant Frank Tedesco, I have the great pleasure to announce that in recognition of your heroic actions and extraordinary accomplishments, the President of the French Republic, Emmanuel Macron, has named you Chevalier or Knight of the Legion of Honor. The Legion of Honor was created by Napoleon Bonaparte in 1802 to reward extraordinary accomplishments and outstanding services rendered to France. It is France's highest distinction, and it is given to only a few citizens in France and also to a few foreigners, including our veterans, to express our gratitude. So it is now my distinct privilege to bestow the award upon you.
Stand up.
First Lieutenant Frank Tedesco, you were a member of the 451st Bomb Group, 15th Air Force. For your bravery and devotion to duty, you were awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross, 4 Air Medals, and the European African Middle East Ribbon with 7 Battle Stars. As a member of the 451st Bomb Group, you conducted 35 missions over Europe, including a mission in Lyon, France, in September the 16th, 1944, directly helping the effort to liberate my country and Europe from the Nazi regime. First Lieutenant Frank Tedesco, au nom du Président de la République, nous vous faisons chevalier dans l'Ordre national de la Légion d'honneur.
Thank you, Barry. Well, I guess I should say something. And I think to sum it up, I want everyone to know how appreciative I am to have been given this award. I'm very proud and happy, and especially since it involves an incident that was 75 years ago, and yet the French government came up with it recently and decided that maybe what we did was very useful in helping to liberate part of France. So I am absolutely honored to have been part of it. Now I realize that the French government thinks that I should be rewarded for it. And this is a wonderful reward, and I want to thank the French government for considering this after all of these years. And I will remember this for the rest of my life. Thank you very much. I don't know what else to say. I should say thank you to all the people who backed me up during the period of time that it took to become approved by the French government. People who gave me, they gave me spirit to continue on and not give up. It took a long time, but it has been worth it. This day is something I never dreamed I would be involved in, and And I am thoroughly proud and happy and appreciative to all of you who helped me. Thank you very much.